Welcome everyone, I'm Archit Seshadri. Thanks so much for watching World is One News. Let's get your top stories making headlines right now. Even as India reconsiders its MFN status to Pakistan, Prime Minister Modi boycotts the SAARC summit in Islamabad. A jittery Pakistan hits back and says India cannot unilaterally separate itself from the Indus Water Treaty and threatens to take India to the International Court of Justice. A setback for Karnataka as the Supreme Court pushes for 6,000 cusecs of water to nearby Tamil Nadu until the end of the month. India's Supreme Court comes down hard on the Delhi government and asks the state for a report on the rising number of chikungunya and dengue cases. In the U.S., Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump exchange jabs as they face off for their first presidential debate. And Typhoon Megi kills 4 in Taiwan. Heavy rains are predicted. Welcome everyone, those stories in just a moment, but first we start in India, where in a major diplomatic fallout, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has decided to boycott the SAARC summit in Islamabad. According to reports, Bangladesh, Bhutan and Afghanistan are likely to support India's stand. In addition to the Indus Water Treaty, India is also reconsidering the MFN status granted to Pakistan. Prime Minister Modi is going to chair a review meet later on this week. India granted the most favored nation status to Pakistan about 20 years ago in 1996, but Pakistan has not reciprocated. Well, Pakistan is the most favored nation for India, but it's all India's arch enemy. They're also at each other's necks all the time. Now, since the recent attack in Uri, India has mauled its options to get back at Pakistan. Now, one of those options on the table is to withdraw the MFN status, but would that hurt Pakistan economically, or is it just a symbolic gesture? WION's Vrinda Agarwal explains.
As tension continues to mount between India and Pakistan, India plans to look at non-military ways to deal with its neighbor. India plans to review the MFN or most favored nation status given to Pakistan. Now, the question is, will this impact Pakistan or is this purely symbolic? Despite India reducing levies for Pakistan under the MFN status, India still has trade surplus or more than $1 billion of trade. The informal trade between the two countries, that is India and Pakistan, is twice that of its normal trade. And the informal trade usually takes place via the countries like Dubai. The route via Dubai is almost 3 times more efficient than that of the straight route between Delhi and Lahore. Bribes, custom checks and physical examination of goods with the Delhi-Lahore route makes this less efficient than the Dubai route. With the military option ruled out and withdrawal of the MFN status being only for symbolic value, does that leave India with the only choice to close the taps to the rivers? Vrinda Agarwal, WION, New Delhi.
Section 144 has been imposed in Bengaluru till 30th of September on midnight. Now, this is after the Supreme Court directed Karnataka's government to release 6,000 cusecs of water to Tamil Nadu for 3 days. Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister Jayalalitha nominated its PWD minister and 3 officials to attend the meeting with the CM about the Kaveri issue. The Apex Court also wants the Attorney General to meet with top executives between the state and central governments to resolve this ongoing crisis. Karnataka had earlier filed a plea saying it could only send water in December because of its own water shortages. The petition comes just days after Karnataka passed a resolution saying that water from the Kaveri River will be used only for drinking water in the villages and towns in the Kaveri Basin, as well as the city of Bengaluru. The resolutions do not mention the Supreme Court's order directing the state to release 6,000 cusecs of water to Tamil Nadu. All right, next to India and China, where there's talks about the technical hold imposed by China on India's bid to get the Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar designated as a terrorist by the United Nations. Now, that is all going to come to an end within the next 10 days. Now, this means that India's bid could stand passed on automatically unless Beijing objects again. China had sought a technical hold on India's application, seeking more time, and Beijing can do the same, allowing the technical hold on India's bid to continue. India had submitted a detailed dossier on Masood Azhar and moved the UN Security Council following the January 2nd Pathankot attacks. India's submission back in March was considered by the Counterterrorism Executive Directorate for technical aspects of the evidence provided, but an hour before the committee was to announce sanctions on Masood, China blocked the move. United Nations designated Jaish-e-Mohammed as a terror group back in 2001, but Azhar managed to evade sanctions. The Delhi government has come under immense pressure after the massive outbreak of dengue and chikungunya in the capital. The Supreme Court has asked the Aam Aadmi Party government on the steps being taken to manage the crisis. Jessica Taneja explains.
As Delhi continues to battle its worst chikungunya outbreak, the Supreme Court has stepped in and sought to know the government's action plan to deal with the crisis.
Court has registered a suo motu writ petition. That is to say, the court thought it fit, in view of the seriousness of the situation and there being no signs of any amelioration, the court thought it fit to register a PIL on its own. Delhi government can do quite a bit. Even if its statutory powers are clipped, so to speak, it can do quite a bit. But there's a raging standoff between the state government and the lieutenant governor, which has not been good.
The crisis has put the spotlight on the tussle between Delhi's Aam Aadmi Party government and the centre-ruling BJP, which mainly administers the civic bodies.
सफाई विभाग सीधा एमसीडी की ड्यूटी है। कूड़ेदान खाली हों, कूड़ा ना रहे, नालियां साफ हों, मलेरिया का मच्छर मारने के लिए दवाई का बारिशों के तुरंत बाद छिड़काव होना चाहिए। ये डायरेक्ट ड्यूटी, सीधे ड्यूटी एमसीडी का, नॉट ऑफ द दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट।
If the Delhi government does not fulfill its responsibility, the centre may have to step in to deal with the issue.
With the ongoing blame game over chikungunya and dengue menace in the national capital, the serious public health crises are being blatantly ignored. And now with the Supreme Court's intervention, Delhi government and other civic agencies have been put in a tight spot and have been asked to act quickly on the matter and also list the effective preventive measures needed to respond to this crisis. Jessica Taneja for WION in New Delhi.
At least 11 people have died after heavy rains have flooded the southern Indian state of Telangana. This for the past 2 weeks. It's one of the worst floods in the area since 1908. The administration has put Warangal and Khammam districts on high alert as the Godavari River rises. The floods have also damaged farmlands in the state. Telangana's chief minister cancelled a cabinet meet and has also asked his ministers to make sure that people in the low-lying areas are quickly evacuated. Typhoon Megi has made landfall in Taiwan, and according to initial reports, at least 4 people have been killed and hundreds of others hurt in the storm. Now, this is the 3rd typhoon to hit Taiwan this month. It's already left behind a trail of destruction and forced thousands to evacuate their homes. A tourist bus carrying Japanese travelers overturned on National Highway in central Taiwan in the storm, injuring 8 people. Most schools and colleges were shut and bullet train services were suspended in the wake of the typhoon. An estimated 2 million households have lost power, while around 45,000 have remained without power because of the typhoon. Earlier this month, Super Typhoon Megi also killed at least 28 people in China and Taiwan and cut power to more than 1 million homes. All right, now to talk about the U.S. presidential politics. Well, it was the debate that everybody was watching for. This is, of course, between Democrat Hillary Clinton and Republican Donald Trump. They touched base on many different topics for their first ever televised debate. Take a look.
Tax, stamina, jobs, and temperament. A wide range of issues were touched upon by Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump as they set out on a fiery first presidential debate. While Trump's speech was laden with verbal brickbats, Clinton projected herself as the voice of reason.
She doesn't have the look. She doesn't have the stamina. I said she doesn't have the stamina. And I don't believe she does have the stamina. To be president of this country, you need tremendous stamina.
As soon as he travels to 112 countries and negotiates a peace deal, a ceasefire, a release of dissidents, an opening of new opportunities in nations around the world, or even spends 11 hours testifying in front of a congressional committee, he can talk to me about stamina.
Instead of that, they're leaving our
Trump
country.
blamed Clinton for the chronic problems faced by the United States of America, only to be ridiculed by Clinton as someone who says absurd things to come to power.
Our country has tremendous problems. We're a debtor nation, we're a serious debtor nation, and we have a country that needs new roads, new tunnels, new bridges, new airports, new schools, new hospitals. And we don't have the money because it's been squandered on so many of your ideas.
This is a man who has called women pigs, slobs, and dogs, and someone who has said pregnancy is an inconvenience to employers, who has said women don't deserve equal pay unless they do as good a job as men.
And as the debate heated up, the focus shifted to the candidates' temperaments.
I think my strongest asset, maybe by far, is my temperament. I have a winning temperament. I know how to win. She does not know how to win.
Clinton.
Wait, the AFL-CIO the other day, behind the blue screen, I don't know who you were talking to, Secretary Clinton, but you were totally out of control. I said, there's a person with a temperament that's got a problem.
The other day, I saw Donald saying that there were some Iranian sailors on a ship in the waters off of Iran, and they were taunting American sailors who were on a nearby ship. He said, you know, if they taunted our sailors, I'd blow them out of the water and start another war. That's not good judgment. That is not the right temperament to be commander-in-chief, to be taunted. And the worst part of what we've heard Donald say has been about nuclear weapons.
The debate might have begun on a civilized note, but it quickly degenerated into personal attacks.
He has really started his political activity based on this racist lie that our first black president was not an American citizen.
I will release my tax returns against my lawyer's wishes when she releases her 33,000 emails that have been deleted. As soon as she releases them, I will release my tax returns.
If she wins, Hillary Clinton will become the first woman to enter the Oval Office. But a narrowing lead in the opinion polls shows just how the Trump magic could prove to be a spoiler. Bureau Report, Beyond.
Lester Holt from NBC moderated that debate. 2 more debates are still scheduled. All right, time now for a quick short break. Much more stories on the other side. Stay with us right here on WE ON.